What's up? It's me, Audra. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm not sure how you got here, but certainly I'm glad you came. And if you are new here, well, you're in for a treat. All right, if you enjoy chaotic, frenetic energy, beauty, horror with a little bit of commentary thrown in between, then I suggest you go ahead and subscribe for the low price of $0. I will tell you a random fact about myself. Today's random fact: I don't close the door when I use the bathroom in my own house. What's the point? And here are my socials. We can hang out, we can chat, we can talk. A lot of times I send emojis because like y'all are really sweet and very, very kind, and I don't know what to do with all that kindness other than smile awkwardly, like so. All right guys, what are we here with today? Today, we're here with all of my new palettes. New palettes. We're not gonna fuss around with all the old palettes. We're gonna fuss around with the new palettes. And I just wanted to show them to you and show you all the stupid stuff I've been doing while I've been in quarantine and unable to go anywhere and do anything. It's fine though. It is. I'd rather it be like this than, well, anyways, on to the fun. So first and foremost, I want to show you the palettes that I have closest to me, and it's just this one. It's actually the Uoma Beauty Black Magic Color Palette. Now I know this one has some mixed reviews on it. Some people love it, some people don't. I think the thing is, for me, I really love the Barbados shade. This is absolutely stunning. Stunning. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. I like Rio Mazatlan. Listen, my pronunciation isn't my best feature. And I love all these colors. Hold on, I'm gonna come in here because I just forgot words because I was like, oh my god, it's so pretty. But these shimmers are absolutely beautiful. They're beautiful shimmers. I like them. And you can make a very fun, pretty, cohesive look with this palette. And I'm like, hi girl, how you doing? And she's like, I'm good. Okay, anyways, so that's that. I feel like I have to grab all of them and bring them closer to me, but like that would require me to be organized and well put together, and that's not something that I do well. Okay, moving on. I lied, it's all my palettes. It's all my palettes. Okay, moving on. All right, first I'm gonna just go ahead and grab this bad boy and show her to you. Woo, Jesus! Well, we're down a palette. Thanks, Emily, for sending me that lovely Natasha Denona palette that I just shattered all over my floor. That's also the reason why I rarely pick up my palettes and show you what colors I am using when I am doing my makeup looks. So now you know, I'm a klutz. This one is the Kaleidos Futurism 2 Cyber Bronze. I absolutely adore this palette. It's very lovely. The fun thing about this palette in particular is, one, I love Kaleidos' palettes. I have 4 of them. I'm actually just gonna pull them all up and show them to you because why the fuck not? I already just broke one. Let's like hope for the best on these. So I have all of these guys. They're absolutely stunning. What I love about all of these palettes is that they're very cohesive. They're very easy to work with. The shadows are very nice, very friendly, very user-friendly, and these are great if you're not somebody who is used to using makeup, or you're new to makeup, or you're just new to eyeshadow. These are fantastic because they're very easy for you to figure out what to do. And one of the reasons I love these small palettes, that one was the Cyber Bronze. This one I'm about to show you is the Electro Turquoise. One of the things I love about these small palettes is it doesn't require a whole lot of intense work and insanity to get a look out of them. I prefer a smaller palette to a big ass palette. Maybe that's why the goddess made that Natasha Denona expire. There's no saving it, by the way. None. No way to save it. It is finito. All right, and then this one is the Astro Pink. And again, all of the colors are just absolutely stunning. This blue though is something to write home about. She is just like, hi, how you doing? Especially when you put her on glitter glue. Oh my god. She's like, I know, I'm so pretty. And you're like, I know. You know what? It's so annoying when pretty girls are always telling you that they're pretty. You're like, bitch. So it has like a blue and purple shift with a little bit of pink in it. So it's very fun to use and wear, and I love being able to just amp up my look with them. And the great thing about all of these also also is that you can have them be vampy as fuck and like out there and bright, or you can just have it be a wearable everyday look. I mean, who wants to do that these days? I don't. I just want to be like a kiwi fruit, which I am right now. All right, and then finally we now have the neon, just the VR neon. Focus, you bitch. Oh, there we go. It got scared because it was afraid it was gonna get dropped like the other palettes. Sorry, Natasha. But I do love all of those palettes. In fact, why don't we go ahead and declutter while we're here, because fuck it, I've got 27 minutes and I'm gonna use them with you. All right, so next up we have this Lime Crime palette. I know that there's so many issues with Lime Crime, but it is the Venus palette. I've had this for a while. I remember that time I said, I don't really have sentimental palette. I'm lying. It turns out that I do have a sentimental palette, and this is one of them. This is one of the first palettes that I purchased. I've had it for several years. It is still going strong. She's still pretty. She still says hello. She still gives a fuck about my feelings. She still calls after. I love this color here because it's like this kind of in between. Let me it's called Shell. It's kind of in between a shimmer. It's so creamy and a matte. I don't understand the formulation, but it pops, but you can also use it more matte-like. And it's just a very nice, beautiful, rosy palette. Perhaps that's why the Natasha Denona left off, because I have this one. It left off. It was trying to end its life. I'm not sure what happened, but it hates living here with me. All right, so next up, and I'm definitely keeping that. Next up we have the Natasha Denona that didn't break, which is the Sunset palette. This was gifted to me. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and keep this palette. I just love the rosy tones. I feel like this shade here, oh gosh, it is a little chunky. Like the formula is a bit chunky for me. This is Panjin. This is what it looks like. It's pretty. It's quite red. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it when I get there, so we're gonna find out. But I do like the palette so far. I haven't really gotten to play with it, but we'll find out. Anyhow, as I was saying, we're gonna go into the next palette, which is the Butter London. I always forget the name of this. It's the Natural Goddess palette. I am gonna go ahead and declutter this palette. You know why? Because it's boring as fuck. It's not that exciting, and I have these shades almost exactly in other brands and formulas better. So I just realized that it's time for me to let this palette go. It's a fun little palette, but personally, most of it is shimmers. The first 4 shades, Enchantress, Queen, Star, and Diva, are all shimmers. Temptress and Femme Fatale are mattes. And my issue with it is very much that, first of all, they don't really go together all that well. And I finally had to look at that like really deeply and realize that this palette is not that cohesive. It's not much of a color story, and you can't really do anything that exciting with this palette. Now, if you are a person who likes this kind of palette, then boom, this is for you. But for me, the Femme Fatale is really the standout shade. Queen is quite lovely and Star is okay. But realistically, this is your standout shade. This is the one that you like, and if I'm honest, it doesn't do exactly what I want it to do in terms of shade. It is very creamy, it is very nice, but I feel like I have these shades better from Give Me Glow as well as from Juvia's Place, also Colored Rain. They just did it better with formula and pigmentation. So this is gonna get decluttered. Goodbye, Butter London. Don't leap to your death like the Natasha Denona. Speaking of which, I'm gonna clean that up right quick. Truly, I wish that my palettes went to their end, that they were kinder about it. They don't have to be so violent. All right, so we've got one down, one palette decluttered. The rest of them I'm gonna gently put back in their place, and hopefully they will all survive. Let's see. Huzzah, they made it. Now we're gonna grab this one and we're gonna gently pull it up towards me so that you can see what we're working with. All right, some of the palettes aren't in there because I pulled them out because I didn't want another accident. All right, so one of the ones that isn't in there is the Violet Voss Fruit Sorbet. This is their fun size palette. I'm pretty sure I got this in a beauty box. I'm not sure which one. It's BoxyCharm or Ipsy, either one. Here's the thing about this. It is a cute, fun little palette, but for me, the pigmentation just really isn't there as much as I'd like it to be there. And also, I don't like the pan size. I know that's a stupid thing, but I don't really like the pan size. It's a little bit difficult to work with, and I feel like, again, like the formula is actually quite nice. It's very creamy, but you really do have to dig to get color out of it. This is a pack it on. I'm gonna show you, I'm like really, I don't know if you can see me over here doing this, but I really have to get in there to get the color that I want out of the mattes. And then when it comes to the shimmers, you really have to dig in. So you have to really pack on to get anything happening. Come on, baby girl. You have to really pack on to get anything to happen. And I just find that, you know, I have rainbow palettes. I have the vivid pigments from Colored Rain, and that's so much better than this. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this gal, because you know what? I'm worth it. Moving on, I now have the Blushing Berries palette from Dose of Couleurs. I like this palette a lot. This palette is actually quite fun. I know some people find the mattes to be quite dry, but for me, I actually do like that. I do have some oily lids, and this is very helpful in that department. Also, I just feel like the shades are quite lovely, and the black is black, bitch. Like, this is the thing about a good black, is you, like for me, I want it to be good and nice and black. It is a little difficult to swatch it, but it's nice and black, and it seems that it has a little bit of a deeper purple in there. That's what I kind of notice. It's nice and black with a little bit of a deep purple, little tiny bit of a deep purple. So it goes very well with the next shade next to it, which is this one, which is actually quite lovely. I find that honestly, once you start working with it, it's not that dry. I think that a lot of people just didn't give it a chance. Of course, that's my opinion, and what do I know? I'm just some random unemployed girl sitting on the internet talking to you about all these makeup palettes that I have. What? Yes. All right, so anyway, the next palette we're gonna look at here is the Bare and Bougie by Sosu and Klee Makeup. Listen, this is a random ass palette that I picked up a long time ago. I think I got it on like Beauty Bay, maybe. I think I got it on Beauty Bay. I like this palette. This is another fun, rosy palette where I feel like very much so that you could amp it up, or you can have it for everyday looks. I haven't played with it enough, which is why I'm gonna go ahead and keep this, because I haven't given it an opportunity to shine yet, and I need to give it an opportunity to shine. If you would like, I can do a video where I'm doing just the eyes, getting ready with palettes that I don't use enough, and then that way we can find out if I should declutter it at a later date and time. Hand washing time. All right, the next palette we're gonna pull out is the Saffron by Suva Beauty. I got this one in a beauty box as well. I could not tell you which one at this point. I've had it for a very long time. However, the thing is, I feel like I have this palette better in by other brands, and honestly, I've kept it for so long because of Turmeric, which is this beautiful gold shade. Ooh, bitch. But I'm finding that I have some singles that are better. The Paprika was a shade I really liked, but I could never get it to perform the way I wanted to. Let me get in here. I had to do that much to get this to be red, which is one of the reasons why I was searching for reds, and considering I was really looking for reds for so long, that means that this palette really wasn't doing it for me, and it's just a little too neutral for my taste, if I'm honest. Yes, Audra, what if you have to go back to work one day? They gonna have to deal with my exotic bird ass. Like, that's how it works. You get the whole picture. I mean, hello. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this palette because I've had it for a very long time. I think it's a lovely palette, but for me, I'm just not getting what I want out of it. It's a bit too neutral for me. It's a bit too like blah, boring, not my cup of tea, and I can physically look at it and see that I literally only stayed in a very small realm, and that was with Paprika, Turmeric, and Saffron, and accidentally like jabbed Sarso, and I used Clove a little bit, so it's like this little like beep 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 in here, and then all the rest of this I really didn't touch all that often. So for me, it's a no-go. It's a no from me, dog. I'm being weird now. weirder than usual. All right, next up we have the Celestial Thunder by Dominique Cosmetics. I am keeping this palette. I absolutely love Dominique Cosmetics. I just think that this is such a pretty color story and everything goes together. Also, it doesn't blend away into nothing. You can put the colors on top of each other, by each other, next to each other. This blue, it seems like, and I love how they put the blue over here instead of like trying to slap it in the middle like pop a blue, because this blue is actually really fun. If you take the Majestic Ice, that's the Mystic Ice, sorry, and Black Matter, and you put those two together, it's magic. And let me just show you, it is a very magical, gorgeous combination that I enjoy doing when I want to, like when I want to look a little vampy, and I want, you know, people to think that I'm like extra pretty and sweet. This is a little combination that I put on while I'm like, I'm sweet but not that sweet, bitch. It doesn't work as well on my hand, but like I don't even know why I tried to show it to you. We're gonna move past the fact that I tried to show you something that doesn't work on my hand. Also, I don't have any eye primer on my hand. But yeah, these two shades, when you pair them together, it's just stunning. Am I showing it to you right? These two shades, you pair them together, it's actually a stunning combination when you slap this on top. This is very chunky. This is a very chunky pressed glitter type of a shade. I'm not super into pressed glitter, but I do like this one in particular. It's kind of nuts. I like it a little bit. It's that very like bossy, like I'm a rich bitch shade, and I like that. Like I want people to think that I got shit going on. So I'm keeping her. I love her. I love her. All right, next up we have another one by Dominique Cosmetics, which is Rustic Glam. This I got in my BoxyCharm. Let's see if you open. This was the last BoxyCharm that I received. And I love this. I like it because it does have some very lovely pastels. I've used it a little bit and the formula, soft as fuck. Like these shades are so soft and so beautiful, and I feel like this palette is very lovely, very well put together. I just really like the way that Dominique Cosmetics puts its color stories together in such a way that you can easily create any look that you want, but you can move from here to here, like all the way from here, all the way over to here, and it doesn't like stunt your brain. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you get confused. And that's one of the things I like about a lot of these palettes that aren't ginormous, is because they really give you the ability to be creative. But if you just wanted to stay right here, you can. You know, if you were like, I just want to stay on this land, you can. If you want to like, you know, do the little thing here. But I feel like these encourage creativity, because what she's done oftentimes is she doesn't keep all of the shimmers just like always right next to the shade that they can be used with. She kind of grouped a large amount of them right here and put one here. So you just have a very like fun idea of moving your eye around on the palette, and I really like that. I like the roving eye that's not confused, but like, ooh, I can do this or do this or do that. I like that. So I'm keeping her. The next palette, I've had her for a very long time. I got this in the Slut box, or Slut box, however you want to put it. I'm running out of battery. I've got to talk faster. This is the Glow by Glory and Benji. I don't really like know what the deal is. I've kept this palette for a very long time, specifically for this blue. I really liked this blue, like way too much, to be honest. And it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay. This is what happens when you're getting your palettes from beauty boxes. No offense intended, but what happens is a lot of times you'll keep it for reasons that you think it's a beautiful shade until you start playing with other palettes. I like it, but it's a little too neutral, honestly, for me. It should be more fun, and two of the shades in here are virtually the same. Well, actually kind of three of them. 45, let me see if I can turn this right. 45, Few, and Saucy. They don't look like they're the same until they're on your eye, and then they're the same shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this bad girl. I'm so sorry that you were leaving my life. You served me well. All right, we have two more palettes to go, and then we're done. All right, next up we have the Nomad Berlin Underground palette. I am keeping her. I love her so much. There is something just phenomenal and fantastic about a palette that really has almost all shimmers. I feel like there's only two matte-ish shades. Oraninstrava, we're gonna say that. That is the, this is a brown shade. I don't know if I have a finger left for it, but it's this shade right here. That one, I like that it's the only, to me, I like that it's really the only true matte. There's some shimmery mattes in here, which is Takalis. Listen, we're not gonna talk about my pronunciation today. No, sir, we are not. But I really love this palette. I have so much fun playing with it, especially when the holidays come. Halloween, my favorite, is one of the times I always pick this palette up. And I also pick it up to make it have fun with other palettes that I have. So this I love so much because even though sometimes I think some people don't like it because they feel like you can't just create an all shimmer look. That's your opinion. But the other thing I do love about this is it's a fantastic companion palette. So I like being able to use this in conjunction with other palettes. Finalmente, we have the Goddess palette from Alter Ego. This one was gifted to me by my friend Emily Han, and I am going to keep this. I haven't really gotten to play with this as much as I would have liked to. I played with it one time. The only downside I had to it is I felt like everything just turned out green. So I'm gonna play with it a little bit more and hopefully everything won't turn out green. We'll try to do like a two looks, one palette. I can't do three because girl, my skin, I gotta take care of that. But we'll do one eye and one eye, and I don't know when that'll be coming up, but we'll do that here, I guess, shortly. Because I wanna see if maybe it was just how I was using it, and if not, maybe it'll be in a disorganized declutter. But I really do like that palette so far. I like how pretty it is. I like the shimmers. And we're gonna go ahead and see if we can put this one back without any incident. Huzzah! We were able to do it. And before we go, I know that you guys are like, you have missed this on one too many occasions. And you're right. You know what time it is. Alright, that is it. That is actually all my palettes in my palette declutter. We know I forgot one palette, which obviously is the Jackie Aina palette. We're gonna call her that. The Jackie Aina palette, which I didn't feel like I had to show you at this point because you know I'm not decluttering her at all, and she's gonna stay here until the end of time. Until the end of time. All right, that's it. That's the video, guys. I don't know what's going on with me today. You know what? It's the same thing that's going on every day. I'm a freaking weirdo. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Are there any palettes in here that you would like or anything that you want to see a look with or two looks with? Are you upset about what I decluttered? I hope not, because I feel like I was right on those. All right, thank you so much. Huge shout out to my patrons. I've had so much fun with you guys. You're amazing. You are so supportive. You're fantastic and phenomenal, and I love each and every one of you. And everybody, I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Wear your frackin' mask. The US is doing a terrible job with this thing. It's up to us. It's up to us. Our government doesn't care. It's up to us to care. Let's do it. All right, guys, thank you once again. I say thank you so many times because I cannot thank you enough. Black lives still matter, and deuces! Oh, that palette smashed into a gazillion pieces. What the fuck?